Hey, I'm TheLoopyAlchemist, and welcome back to Let's Play Skyrim. Well, again, it has been a while. I think I'm just coming up to the 2 weeks mark since the last episode. And keep in mind, it might be a while before this gets uploaded as well. So again, sorry for the long gap in between these. As you can guess, the lore episode isn't doing much better considering there is such a big gap between these as well. Basically, I'm not going to go into the details, but I've been extremely busy, especially with stuff like university applications and stuff like that. So as much as I'd like to keep going with this, there just really hasn't been the time. But whatever, that being said, this is our time for Skyrim, and I don't really have anything else to say about it, so we are going to actually start climbing the throat of the world, go up to the Greybeards, and see what exactly it means to be Dovahkiin. And if this was real life, I'd be pretty terrified, like, if they can kill you by just saying a word and that impressive scream we saw. Well, I guess call. It's not exactly a scream or a roar. Actually, yeah, shouting. That's the technical term for it. Yeah. But, alright. Well, we're going up there anyways, so I guess we'll help that guy. And I guess this is something that almost all Nords do. Well, not all of them, but definitely some of them. It's like a pilgrimage type thing. I forget what Jarl, I think it's Balgruff, who says he made a pilgrimage up here sometime. And for such like an important part of Skyrim's history, you'd think they'd have like a highway patrol here to keep the wolf population down. And wolves, well, I'm not sure, but they don't exactly seem like mountain creatures. Like goats, fine, but them up here, really? I don't know, I guess I'm not that high up yet. And there are supposedly 7,000 steps up here as well. And I'm not sure if they just say that, or if it's actually true. I've never counted them. Because I don't think there's that much. Like, I mean, there's a lot, but 7,000 really? But then again, this is Bethesda. I wouldn't be surprised if they put that amount of detail into it. So whatever it is, I don't know. I'd Google it, but I can't exactly do it while I'm doing the commentary. And because my sound setup isn't the most high-tech thing in the world, you'd hear like the annoying clicking sound and typing. So just post angry comments about whether or not it's true or not. Or keep discussing whether or not The Elder Scrolls 6 and The Elder Scrolls Online are the same game. They're not. Can't believe I keep needing to say that. And wow, that is one tough wolf. Huh. Alright, well, I guess always fall back to the old, show, destruction, and healing. That's always the hallmark of any desperate Skyrim player. And don't really have that much in the way of potion. I wonder if I should just make a run for it back down to that guy. Or can he follow me right here? Oh man, this pilgrimage isn't off to a very auspicious start. Oh well, I think my stuff still did quite the number on him. And let's hope he can't get to me right here, because if he is, I am massively screwed. And I might be able to just get on the path now and take him out. Am I going to even run into him again? Because I really want to kill him after that. Yes, there we go, and even get the nice animation. Even though it didn't look that cool in that case, but you know what? Whatever, I'm just happy with the fact that I'm still alive. I wonder what Tiber Septim's walk up here was like, because in sort of like the official Orthodox version, well, even in the Arcturian Heresy, he's coming up during like a storm. And I've got just a nice clear day, so yeah, suck at Tiber Septim, score 1 for me. Or Yalti bird. Is it bird or beard? I think it's... Yeah, it's a bird. Early beard doesn't make any sense. Talos and all the other names. And yes, I know I just pronounced some stuff deliberately incorrectly, but hey, if you want to doubt my credentials, I made the massive 3-part thing on it. And hell, I mean, if you're actually watching this, you've probably watched that as well, so I should not even really be talking about that. As you can tell, again, I'm tired. That's really starting to become a hallmark for these LPs, but you know what? We will keep going. And I wonder if anyone's ever really... Like, I wonder who actually built the steps and everything up here. Like, did the Greybeards do this? Do they, like, shovel the snow on this walkway? Or... One thing I do really have to say, like, the view from here is just incredible. Well, as it should be for the, tallest mountain in... Is this the highest point in Tamriel, or is that the Red Mountain? No, No, I'm pretty sure it's the Throat of the World. The Red Mountain is something else, though.
Yes? I was just outside
The oldest structure in Tamriel is that one tower in, High Rock. I can't for the life of me remember what it's called right now, but... I should probably just save it in case any... Oh, yeah, like, never mind Ice Wolves, there's just going to be a troll I'm going to have to square off against. And I'm still at the point in the game where I think I'm just going to make a run for it. And... yeah, this was not a smart time to wear heavy armor. Like, not only take away the fact that it's steel and it's probably freezing up here, but also, why would I want to climb a mountain in armor that probably weighs close to like 80 pounds? And wow, that troll took that drop pretty well. Man. Yeah, I'm just gonna take all my steroids and run. Well, yeah, definitely I'm guessing Tiber Septim probably didn't have to run away from a troll while he was climbing at his time, so I guess we're even. Now, again, as I've said, like, if this was a movie, this would be the part you really build up. And wow, I think I actually lost him. Cool. Cool. You know, as far as the Civil War questline goes, do you think either side would, like, have much interest in taking the Throat of the World? Like, I don't know, just as a lookout point, maybe? Like, are there telescopes in the Elder Scrolls universe? I'm guessing? Well, there probably are. I mean, we know there's canon, so you'd think they'd have telescopes. But, like, has there ever actually been a real in-game one? Not that I know of. I'd know. Post that in the comments if you do know for sure. I could easily see, like, a dwarven one. And it would almost make a cool mod, but it would be hard to do because... I mean, unless you did some programming trickery to make its draw distance different. But yeah, either way, that would totally work as a lookout point. But whatever side you're on in the Civil War, messing with the Greybeards doesn't seem like a good idea, so I'm not surprised why anyone's not doing it. Like, I mean, I criticize a lot of the decisions made by both sides, but a purely hypothetical one with a lot of drawbacks isn't one I can really hold on them. And okay, here we are.
So, a dragonborn appears.
Alright.
This moment in the turning of the age.
So these are the Greybeards. Their order was founded by Jurgen Windcaller after
Show us, Dragonborn.
the Nords lost a massive defeat in Morrowind. And he decided it was because they were using the power of the voice as a weapon when it's supposed to be used for meditation and stuff. So he founded the Greybeards, and
For the Greybeards.
I'm guessing they've been here ever since. They're probably on the throat of the world, not only because the view is impressive and the resale value is high on the property, but because Paarthurnax, the dragon who's the head of the Greybeards, has been waiting up there because it's the point where Alduin is Dragon Break return thing. I forget exactly what it is, like,
We can show you the way.
because something just occurred to me. It's where Alduin is supposed to return, but wouldn't he return right on top of the throat of the world? So wouldn't he be right by Paarthurnax, and Paarthurnax would probably fight him then? Like, they never really mention, like, it's just the heroes of old use the Elder Scroll, or Elder Scroll, to send create a Dragon Break, send Alduin forward in time, and he presumably comes out in the exact same space, so he'd come out on top of the throat of the world, at which point, again, I reiterate, Paarthurnax would probably fight him or do something, warn the Greybeards.
All shouts are made up of three words
Um,
of power. As you master
Yeah, I don't know, maybe he was napping, maybe
progressively stronger.
he was like out getting lunch or something, maybe
Now teach you rope. Second,
maybe he just didn't really care, but you'd think they'd, like, actually fight it out then, maybe, like...
combine it with
Although I could see Paarthurnax just kind of sitting there and talking to him for a bit, and Alduin just flying off and going to do his thing. But if there's actually like some canon version of that, I'm missing out on just exactly where Alduin came back. Fill me in, but I don't know, it's probably never going to be answered. Speaking of the entire Dragon Break sending forward in time, I've mentioned this countless times before, but again, that's what I'm thinking happened to the Dwemer, so I'm guessing we're going to see them again at some point. Now, whether or not that would make a side quest, DLC, or main quest for a game, kinda remains to be seen, but you could really do a lot with it.
Master Einar will allow you to tackle.
Although, it would have to be in either Hammerfell, Skyrim, or Morrowind, and possibly High Rock, because I don't think the Dwemer spread to any other provinces other than that.
With your unrelenting force shout to strike the target.
And... alright, we're just doing some target practice. Not sure if I mentioned this before, but this dragon language is based on Anglo-Saxon, commonly referred to as Old English. While you look it up, these words actually do have translations. But yeah, basically this is... well, it sounds kind of like Old English, and nice, I hit him with a pot as well. And I guess that thing was kind of solid, because if you rewind the... rewind, man, I feel old. If you... go back a bit, you'll see it actually struck him like it was striking like a physical thing. I guess that's why swords do damage to these guys. Remember in Oblivion how annoying it is that only silver swords can actually kill ghosts or magic, because any magic in Elder Scrolls pre-Skyrim, like, I know you can't hold against the older games for just being older, but I just found it took too long to develop, even if you made a character with all the right stats for magic and everything. Just the targeting system just wasn't there. I mean, people complained that the weapons, it didn't feel like you were actually physically slicing at a thing, but yeah, just the aim was so off, and yeah, I'm aware the more advanced spells, bigger surface area, more damage, but just starting off with the dinky fireball thing in Oblivion. And now we're just going to do the Winter Olympics and we will be good. So, the Greybeards spent $50 billion making this gate, but you know what? They were going to do it in infrastructure projects anyways, so it's okay. And yes, I have been watching a bit of the Winter Olympics. Well, not really, but I don't know, I really like Ski Cross, so I'll watch that when it comes on, but I know, other than that, I'm not that big of a sports guy. And we just absorbed some power from that guy. And now we just need to make sure we're worthy with this one last trial. And I'm not so much sure if it's so much a trial of worthiness as it is just them kind of showing us the ropes of how shout powers work. And this shout is really cool, but I find it's one I never use other than here. Like, you can use it a few times to even glitch out the game and get to, like, places you're not otherwise supposed to be. Like, I know if you get on top, have all three words to the shout, get on top of a cart, you can actually get up into Malroy's house and get the Chilgrand without having to do the Thieves Guild quest. And if you're trying to play as, like, a really super White Knight good guy character, that's probably the best way to do it. But yeah, other than that, looking cool, messing with people in town and climbing mountains, I've never really found much of a use for it. Also, climbing mountains, you're better off just using a horse to completely break the physics. And you know, now that Skyrim's DLC is all done, I'm really disappointed they didn't release horse armor for it. Like, wouldn't that have been perfect, just adding horse armor in an update on, like, April Fools or something? If not, I'm sure there's a mod for it, and if not, there really should be. Alright, well, nice, we've got this stuff all kinda sorted out, and now we're going to go grab treasure, figure out why the dragons are coming back, and continue on with the Civil War. So I'm just going to keep alternating with main quest, Civil War, and stuff like that, and hopefully I'll be able to get these out more frequently, but again, can't really promise anything. And oh yeah, he's just talking about the entire Jurgen Windcaller thing I was mentioning earlier.
First to understand that the voice should be used solely for the glory and worship of the gods, not the glory of men. Jurgen Windcaller's mastery of the voice eventually overcame all opposition, and the way of the voice was born. The voice was a gift of the goddess Kinnereth at the dawn of time. She gave mortals the ability to speak as dragons.
Sorry, I just find it hard to say anything when the character's talking, but I don't know, I guess I turned the audio way down on these things, so hopefully you guys were able to hear some of what he was saying, but if not, I'm sure you've heard it before. And, oh well, we've got pretty scenery, so it's not like there wasn't pretty scenery to look at. Well, I wasn't talking back there. In fact, I bet a lot of you guys were secretly relieved, but anyways, besides the point, there's like a minute left, so usually this is when I actually get something interesting to talk about, or think of something interesting to talk about, but end up having to complete my train of thought in like 15 seconds. But fortunately, I have not thought of anything interesting to talk about today. So we are... Yeah, that is about it. And, you know, I wonder if they decorate those trees when it's Christmas, because if you look, we're almost like above the tree line right here. Like, if you've ever been skiing and you're going up on the chairlift, like, the trees just drop off, so to speak, after a certain height. But, yeah, they've got a couple trees up here above the tree line. And considering how rocky these mountains are, there isn't much room for trees. But anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.